Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's talk about how the naira depreciation is hurting to Nigerians' foreign debt burden. An economic look into the increasing depreciation of our naira. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Naira depreciation adds 9 trillion naira to foreign debt burden. The value of naira to dollar fell from 196.92 naira in June 2015 to 414.72 naira in June 2022, worsening Nigeria's foreign debt burden. Within the 7 years under review, the naira depreciated by 52.52% against the US dollar. The monthly average exchange rates of the naira per unit of foreign currency for 2015 document obtained from the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria shows that the $1 was 196.92 naira for interbank foreign exchange market. The exchange rate for $1 as of June 30th, 2022 was 414.72 naira, according to the figure provided by the CBN. The Punch recently reported that Nigeria's total external debt rose from $10.32 billion as of June 30, 2015 to $40.6 billion as of June 30, 2022. This showed that there was an increase of 288.18% in 7 years according to the external debt stock reports by the Debt Management Office. A breakdown shows that in 2015, states had $3.27 billion external debt, while the federal government had $7.5 billion. By 2022, states' external debt had risen to $4.56 billion, while the federal government's external debt was $35.5 billion. The debts include loans from multilateral sources such as the World Bank, the African Development Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, including those from bilateral sources such as China, France, Japan, Germany, and India. They also include debt commercial sources, which include Eurobonds and diaspora bonds. If the CBN average exchange rate for June 2015 was used to weigh the country's current $40.6 billion foreign debt, Nigeria's external debt in naira terms would have been 7.89 trillion naira. However, with the exchange rate of 414.72 naira as of June 30th this year, the total external debt in naira terms was 16.6 trillion naira, showing a difference of 8.72 trillion naira. By implication, it will cost Nigeria 8.72 trillion naira in naira terms if the country decides to pay back the $40.6 billion external debt in 2022. If the same debt was incurred in 2015, Nigeria would have spent 8.72 trillion naira less, given the then exchange rate of 196.92 naira per dollar. Reacting, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Cowrie Asset Management Limited, Mr. Johnson Chukwu, said that her external debt would impose a huge debt service on the economy. He said, "This will impose a huge debt service on the economy, particularly at a period when we have low revenue from oil sales. If the revenue from oil sales does not improve, then the government will be struggling to meet that debt service obligation to foreign lenders." However, he noted that Nigeria could service its foreign debt at the current level, but a constant increase in debt without a corresponding increase in foreign currency earnings could put the country in a difficult position. In a bid to manage the value of the naira, the CBN introduced a number of policies such as stopping 41 items from accessing forex at the official market, offering 5 naira for every $1 of funds remitted to Nigeria through internal money transfer organizations, banning the supply of forex to bureau de change, among others. However, these policies have not been able to guarantee naira stability. The World Bank has said it disagrees with the CBN on how it tries to achieve price stabilization of the naira, adding that the local currency should be allowed to respond to real pressures and not be bottled up by the CBN. It added that the country's exchange rate strategy discouraged investors and increased inflation risks. A global finance report has also said that the CBN has failed to curb rising inflation and stop the naira from sliding against the US dollar. The International Monetary Fund recently said that the long-term rate of the depreciation of the naira equated to a loss of 10.6% of its value annually since 1973. According to the IMF, this rate was 1.5 times higher than the long-term rate of the currencies of other emerging markets and developing economies at 7.2% and sub-Saharan Africa at 7% over the same time period. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The IMF said its exchange rate underwent more persistent depreciation. Nigeria's long-term rate of currency depreciation, on average 10.6% annually since 1973, was 1.5 times higher than both EMDE 7.2% and SSA 7%. Given limited availability of long-term data, it is difficult to estimate the exact reasons. The Bank of America recently said Nigeria's local currency unit was set to weaken further next year as its current exchange rate to the dollar was well above fair value. According to a report by Bloomberg, three indicators, the widely used black market rate, the central bank's real effective exchange rate, and our own currency fair value analysis, show the naira is 20% overvalued. We see scope for it to weaken by an equivalent amount over the next 6-9 months, taking it to as high as 520 per the US dollar. During a workshop on tax expedition organized by the ECOWAS Commission in Abuja, financial experts advised that Nigeria and other African countries should move away from reliance on foreign assistance to finance developmental projects in the region. According to them, overdependence on financial aid and external loans might affect long-term prosperity for the entire region. The special advisor to the Director, Custom Union and Taxation in ECOWAS, Gbenga Falana, while emphasizing that the debt profile of most of the countries in the sub-region was mounting, stressed the need for West African countries to look inwardly and finance local projects through effective domestic resource mobilization. Most experts who spoke with The Punch described the current situation as naira devaluation rather than depreciation. While depreciation is driven by demand and supply, devaluation is often a policy measure employed by the central bank to achieve certain economic outcomes. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.